record that. And record this.
Oh shit! I forgot.
And you're good.
Right. Let me know when we go. We'll wait for everybody good.
Yep.
Practice makes perfect, man.
I'm big over here.
Stuffed plum. A stuffed plum. I feel like one.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'll be ready when it get hot.
I ain't know nothing. Be just
Cause I love my extra small t-shirts.
He's like,
You and I both.
Yeah,
You and
extra
I both.
medium.
Extra
That
small.
motherfucker hug like a glove.
Cap that off.
Yeah.
Cap that off. I'm good.
Dang, my man, Nigel don't
let's
drink the
make a
Douce no more. I got the fifth of the Douce.
You got the fifth of the Douce?
We're making a
Yeah.
toast.
Making the toast.
Hey, to success,
To success.
family,
new
and friendship.
beginnings.
And health. Good health.
Hey.
And one day I come over here and I play one of the artist songs.
Yeah, we with that.
Please do what you said you was gonna do, cause you know I promote your flyer. I will be on the live. I'm always doing nothing. Every time I see your name pop up, I just click.
Yep. Yeah. I don't really be doing nothing but just be into the music, but let me know when y'all ready.
So we just gonna lead off. We ain't gonna do
I was
all
saying it's
that
recording
introduction.
whenever you're ready.
Oh, well, we're recording. So we ended.
Yeah, can you hear?
Hey,
Yeah.
so look, I'm gonna do a little shameless plug real quick.
Let's get out all our shameless plugs.
Just shameless plug. Cardboard Keys is the name of my company. It's with a K. I co-own it with the two other individuals. Derek Kelly, he produced for Little Flip, Tone, and a whole host of other people. Sada Baby
Okay.
as well. Tiki Tolliver, she's the head of marketing for us. So we're really doing this. This is serious. When I tell y'all it's about to be a whole run, it's about to be a whole run. While doing the Wild That's Crazy pod, along with my good brother Ace over here,
My man.
Misha, and
Hey,
Kiana.
Kiana. Say it right. I ain't Kiana. I ain't Kenyatta. I am Kiana. Thank
Period.
you.
And that's how Mary had a little lamb.
Mary had several little lambs.
Okay.
She had several.
Several. I want to be called Kiana. It's annoying.
Well, I got Kicking It with LB.
Kicking it with LB.
For sure. It is basically kind of like a talk show on YouTube. Just look me up. I'm on there. We talk about real things. I have guest stars. I will be giving out motivational things.
And we gonna go
motivational
on as a
quotes.
team and support it.
Yes.
We gonna let her
Always.
interview us.
Always.
You gotta set that up for real. Where we
Period.
all come on there.
I will. I'm actually setting up a room where it's gonna look like an actual talk show. So I'm getting that together as well. Also, you will see me in some more movies coming up soon.
Up and coming actress.
Yes. And I will have a book written by the end of the summer. That'll be published.
I want to do a book. I really do.
Me too.
It's so
I want
fun.
to.
And did
It's
two
so
of
fun.
them.
He did too.
Yeah.
It's
And I got the Ace Boogie podcast.
Ace
I'll be
Boogie
doing
Pod.
video soon. And I got Conversations with Ace coming soon, where I interview
Okay.
people and we kick it and have drinks and have laughs.
Hold on. We forgetting one real quick.
And me and you.
We gonna do it. I think we gonna call it.
We
I ain't
gonna
gonna
come up with a name.
Yeah. I was saying cigar talk, but yeah.
We gonna come up with a creative name.
I
We
like
gonna let
that.
it sit.
I can see the logo for that.
Yeah.
I like that. I can see
Yeah.
a logo for that.
And yeah, we gonna get that going. I want to have that going by at least.
So then you guys should hook up with. We have a show. We have a show for everything, it seems, called Man Cave Happy Hour.
That's a nice
that
name.
tends to do a lot of broadcasting from cigar lounges, martini bars, that kind of
cool.
stuff. Yeah, good times.
Oh yeah, we gotta get that number then. That sounds good. But yeah, you can follow me on social media, Ace Boogie 3131 on Instagram and on
Ain't that your Twitter?
Snapchat
Snapchat.
and my Twitter. And then James A. Shavers on Facebook.
Yeah, that's what the one thing we didn't get out was our social medias. Go
Yep.
ahead, Misha.
Yeah.
I am Lily_Misha.b.
I am Kiana Elise _
I'm Ray Nickel. Just how it sounds is how it's spelled. Ray Nickel.
Please, no
Well, but
clowns.
Nickel
no
like the
clowns.
coin.
Nickel like the coin.
Okay.
Nickel like the coin.
No clowns. Don't get on our shit talking crazy stuff because we all real in the 100.
100. Ain't no
And,
faking
please,
here.
please no fake follow.
Please. And I just gotta do one shout out. This is one for the ladies. If you like your lip gloss to be popping, make sure you check out Exo Dash Cosmetics. She got some good stuff for you.
Shout out Deja.
Shout out
Shout out
Deja.
Asia.
Okay.
All
Now-
right, now finish this conversation.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
No,
get back
I
to
forgot
it.
where we live.
Oh,
We
I
talking about
had
what y'all
said,
want.
how come men can cheat and expect women to take them back, but once women,
that?
Yeah, no, she did.
I did.
Hey, she did.
No,
Yes.
She did.
that's exactly
and
what she
once
said. Actually,
women
That's-
cheat, y'all act like we done
And-
spit and slapped on y'all
So
mama.
what I tell you is, no, I don't expect you to take me back. Me personally, this is just me personally. I'm not speaking for every man. I can only speak for myself. No, I don't expect you to take me back. And no, I'm not about to sit here and fucking throw myself off a building because you won't take me back. No, life will move on.
Yeah, that would be
Because
okay.
here's reality 101. And I've said this, God, for 20 years, and I don't understand why people don't get it. If you're ready to be with somebody else, you're ready to be out of that relationship.
ready to be out
so
of
who
it.
cares?
Yeah. And my
But
thing is, look, I'm gonna be 100% transparent. Like, if I fucked up, I fucked up. But it's up to you to realize: am I gonna fuck up again, or am I do what you need me to do? And if I'm not, like, that's up to you. You gotta figure that out, because if you do the same thing to me, I'm gonna know. And first of all, I'm not as forgiving on certain stuff.
Okay.
Like, so my thing is, if I do something wrong or you do something wrong, if I feel we both learn from that and we could do something different, then we can. But if not, I know I'm the type, like, you did it, I'm always have it in my head.
Yeah.
I'm that type.
I can-
Worst
I-
case
listen,
scenario.
Listen, I
You
can
might forgive,
but
I
I won't
will
forget.
never forget.
That's my shit. I can forgive you, but I never forget.
Man, all I see is John pounding you and
Hey,
you
no,
on your
no, we
knees.
ain't gonna change.
Sexy Tim
Hey,
from down the
Sexy Tim, we
street
ain't gonna change
who
the name.
built the shed.
Sexy Tim, he was over there knocking. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was beating the brakes, and I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you.
Kim?
What about Sexy Kim?
Kim was over there.
I mean, hey, I
Doing
mean,
everything I probably can't or won't do.
Right.
Whatever.
Hey.
See, and that be the thing. That's why I believe in a relationship. I'm gonna give you everything you
Yep.
need besides some funny shit. I'm
So
not
no,
doing no
I'm
funny
You know,
shit.
and laughably, I actually just had this conversation with a show Friday night where we were talking about how I've seen it happen a million times, where suddenly one person in a relationship discovers something they're intrigued by.
Yeah.
And then one of two things happens. Either they are afraid, actually, one of three. They're either afraid to bring it up to their partner, and then or they bring it up and things go sideways, or they just never bring it up.
No.
Two of those situations are going to go horribly wrong. So here's, it's not like this is cards. So laughably, like, we sponsored the kink ball for the last few years, which if
Oh, explain the kickball.
so I mean, it's so it's and it makes me laugh because, like, when you can always tell the new couple that has the tourists that have no idea what they're walking into, and and the guy and the girl walk in and either the guy's eyes light up or the girl's eyes light up and the other ones don't, and you're like, oh, that relationship's dead in 6 months.
I feel like try
Wait, did
try
you say
shit, and if
kink
it don't
ball
work
or
for you,
kick
it don't.
ball?
No,
No.
kink.
Kink.
But
Kinky, like kinky.
Kinky.
What's that? What?
Kinky.
I don't think. Should I ask what goes on at this event?
No, so it's.
You're a kinky.
They
Fun.
get
I mean,
into it.
it's in a public venue, so it's not like it's that crazy. But I mean, it's BDSM. It's
It's swinging. Is it swinging?
no, I didn't say anything about
No,
swinging.
Okay.
I said, have,
like that.
you watch-
That
did you watch 50 Shades of? Which I got
50 Shades of Grey.
Dude, I hate using that as a reference
I've never
because
watched
it's terrible.
it. It's okay. I've never watched it.
Okay,
Never
so here's
watched 50 Shades of Grey?
And I didn't. And everybody know I am a book reader. I haven't even read.
so
the book.
here's the deal.
never
So
read the book?
50 Shades is honestly terrible for that community because the guy ignores her consent all the time.
Oh, yeah.
If he were not a millionaire, that's a Criminal Minds episode. Like that.
See, I like to play by
So
the
you're
rules.
saying he's an
man.
unsub? He's
Give
an
me
unsub.
permission. Give me permission. Give me permission.
Yeah, I like to
No,
play
give
by
me
the
permission.
rules, man. You just can't start wilding the fuck
Yeah, no.
out.
So, but that's so no. It's did chips, dips, chains, whips, that whole thing. It is what it is.
Cause I started doing shit, and you gotta like. My thing is, I do temperature checks. I'ma do this shit.
I'ma
if that
try.
ain't what
If
you
they
want,
won't, then
hey, like I'm not gonna go in detail, baby. I love you, but my woman will tell me like, hey, that shit ain't it. Right
Hey,
there.
hey,
All I
hey.
can say is, wow, that's crazy.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's
I feel you.
Yeah, certain shit, my girl be like, hey, and she give me that black woman.
That look. It's the look. No,
I'm not gonna lie.
Don't do that shit no more.
Like you guys we had like because obviously it didn't happen this past year because COVID, but a year and a half ago when it happened, we had several shows that went live from that event.
Oh, wow.
You guys should come and be live from that event.
Okay.
I would it.
Let us know for real. We'll do it.
Let us know.
We'll do it for real.
Hold on.
Definitely. Wow.
So I know you didn't get off your shameless plug. Get off your shameless plug.
What is my shame? What do you mean?
What are you doing?
I don't know.
There
Do
you
you
go.
have
What's
a shameless
going
plug?
on?
Yeah, you don't
I
have
didn't know
one?
that's what that was called.
Yeah, it's a shameless plug.
I don't
We're
know.
plug.
I just want to put positive energy out in the air.
No, with that.
Positivity. Do what makes you happy.
She's our supportive friend.
Yeah, I'm all about just
When y'all hear
positivity.
this episode, she's the one in the background. I just want y'all to know.
I'm gonna create a show for her too. She don't know it yet, but
Yeah.
I am.
I like seriously.
I want her to have her own show, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna produce it.
Yeah, I
What's
think
up,
we
the
both need
Kiana
the
show?
executive.
Yes, the
I think we both need the
Kiana
executive
show.
producer. Yeah.
No, I'm
So
serious.
what
I
is
know.
it?
I'm dead. I'm dead ass.
Can
I'm
I
I'm
guest
not
star?
gonna. I'm not gonna give it all away, but let's just
Yeah.
say it's gonna be you.
It's gonna be you.
What do you
100%.
mean?
It's
Literally?
transparent. Yep.
Yes.
Because
Yep.
I mean, I'm just me. Like
Yeah.
I did.
I mean, for what it's worth, I offer group rates, which
Yep.
sounds weird in the context of the kickball thing.
The
but
king ball.
I mean,
Yeah, no, I like it. Like, honestly, no, like, I really, like, I look at it like this. We all have our creative space and doing our creative things. I have the foresight to see stuff I want to do other than this because we all got our own thing. So I want to create something for her, and I got at least 2-3 more shows I want to do.
Again, I'm just telling you, I want to help it.
I got a
be the
sneaker
platform for
show.
that.
Yep.
I'm going to tell y'all. I want to do a sneaker show. I got 2 friends, Radon and Erica. They're going to go shopping and do sneaker shit. I got one that I want to do with Kiana when she talk about real independent, strong women shit, and she be honest and vulnerable. And I got one with me and Nigel that we're going to do, but that's more of us together.
Kiana doesn't do vulnerable.
yeah, I don't do. Who is Kiana?
I'm sorry,
Kiana.
I'm sorry. I forgot it was the long name.
Kiana.
You gotta.
My
You gotta enunciate
Yes.
that. Kiana.
I know
You do.
everybody saying
Yeah.
you got her when she said it's beautiful. You gotta let it roll off your
gotta
tongue.
let it
You
roll.
gotta.
I know, but-
You gotta
I know.
extend
But,
the end.
Enunciate it. Yeah, make sure
but
you
no, I
project
really
it.
do.
Yeah.
I really am in the process, and we'll talk
But
more
listen,
about that.
I
About
tell you,
your
I
own
will
show.
help you produce that show.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it's. I don't
No, I
know
want
what-
music on it. I got
Yeah,
it all laid out. I
Y'all
just
know
didn't
I
talk
have
to
to
you
let
about
me
it
be
yet.
Like myself, like
You know
the
we can do
whole
that, right?
vibe.
No, it's your
I'm
show.
Technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want
Kiana
music. I
show.
want
Yeah, like
you.
I'm just me. Like I don't have
can do
no script.
He's talking
No,
about we can do
no
that. He's
script.
talking about we can do that.
Whatever.
Like look, like what I told y'all
Like,
about
I'm the $6 million
this.
man. We have the technology.
Hey,
to make
no,
it better.
so-
Like
Yeah,
I
we
told
gonna
y'all
do
about this, it was never gonna be a play-by-play script. And me and Dave talking, I said when
You
I
did.
first met him, I
Yep.
said, look, we gonna just talk about honest shit that ain't nobody talking about.
And I was like, you should be.
And it's nothing that's gonna come in. We gonna say we gonna talk about this. No, we're gonna talk about shit no one's talking about because people aren't comfortable with having these
The
discussions.
scripted shows, I genuinely, I don't because we do. We have shows that come in and have like pages of notes, and they had like down. Hey, for this 2 minutes, we're gonna talk about this, and for this 3 minutes, we're gonna like how do you live your like? How do you know that's
You
where the
can't.
conversation's
we
gonna
ain't no
end?
damn gossip site. We ain't gonna be
Yes.
talking about every drama that's going on. Did you
We're
hear
not
about
nobody's
Ray Ray?
business, We're not bad.
Yeah.
We're just
Kim
like-
Kardashian and Kanye divorced. I give no
feel-
fucks.
I don't give a fuck about
I
them
feel like
celebrities
the
and their
best
lives.
thing
Right.
comes when you just let it flow.
my
That's
bad.
the best thing that comes.
Hold on, my bad. Can we go edit that? I might have to do business with some of them.
Yeah.
We love Kanye. We have all your albums.
And Kiana, I will love for you to be featured on one of my Wine Down
I
Wednesdays.
sure-
Please.
Wine
I
sound?
do, yes.
Girl, I'm all
wine.
for wine.
Didn't I
He
tell
was
you?
on one of my Wine Down Wednesdays.
I will be
I
on the
need
wine
both of
down.
y'all
I
to
will
be on
be
one
on
of
the
my
wine
Wine
down.
Down
I
Yeah.
told
Let me know when.
I told you I want.
So laughably, there is a show. I'm sorry, I feel like I keep doing this, but like there's a show
We
that
like-
started. The Nooner Show started as it's 2 housewives that literally just get plowed in our studios. They sit around and drink wine and just talk shit for an hour. Like that was
That's
it's
dope.
phenomenal.
That's dope. That's
And
dope.
it's evolved into something that actually has a good following because her daughter is a national recording artist and does a whole bunch of stuff. And so now she's a part of the show, and it's good stuff.
Yeah, I love my Wine Down Wednesdays.
That's why I always tell
because
people
we
like
just-
don't like never ever assume you know who your demographic is going to be, and never assume you know who's listening to your show. Never.
You never know.
I'm gonna give y'all 2 great shows as women to check out. Guys can listen to it too, but I think you will love it. Both of you guys will love it, but you will really love it. It's the Girl I Guess podcast, and it's See the Thing Is podcast. You can look at it on YouTube, and you can look at it on YouTube, and they got the audio. I sent it to both of y'all, but everything y'all discussing and talking about, everything we talk about, they talking about the same thing, but it's from a woman's standpoint.
See what I do, and I would love to get you guys as guests on, you girls as guests on Reasons Why I'm Single. Chelsea and Stacy have been running a show they are one of our oldest running shows. They're coming up on episode 250.
That's good.
And laughingly, so Chelsea was the karaoke host at the little dive bar by my buddy's house, and that's how we got to know her. And like she would always like post these messages on Facebook, like, "Oh my God, first date last night, it was so terrible. This is what happened. # Reasons Why I'm Single." We're like, "Oh my God, you should start a show." She did with a girl that she's been friends with since kindergarten.
That's dope.
Who's super religious and is still a virgin in her early 30s. So there's that. So
God bless
Damn,
her.
yeah, I was about to say
I-
shit. The
listen,
urge
no,
isn't.
No, but listen though,
That's
and
impressive.
everybody say I'm.
I would
friends with
I would love to get you guys
Yeah,
hooked
y'all
in with
should do
them
that.
because I feel
Yeah.
like this dynamic would be good with them.
Y'all should do that.
Just let me know.
Yeah, let us know.
Yes,
I'm down.
To go back to the virgin thing, everybody just swear up and down I'm crazy, and my little sister's like, you did something a lot of women can't do. December 7th will be my 3rd year of not having sex.
And it's okay.
Whoa.
It's
Whoa.
my 3rd
Nothing
year.
wrong with
year?
that.
No,
Wait, so
ain't
like-
nothing wrong with
like-
it, but 3 years.
Like opposite of Pearl Harbor Day?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Man, that
like
just-
what
December
what happened to you on
7th.
December 7th that you're not having sex for 3 years?
It's just
Yeah, what the
You
fuck
just
happened?
decided to make.
no.
Sometimes you just
I
had
gotta
a.
tell
No,
as a
but
woman-
we want to know her mindset. Like,
No, okay,
get away with
so this is a very vulnerable. So if I start crying, don't judge me. When I was in a relationship in 2012, that was the one relationship that broke me. Like when I say broke me, like broke me.
Okay.
And then I got with another guy.
For what it's
and-
worth, I get it. I wound up in therapy over a relationship that
Yes.
broke me. So
Yes, and I probably needed to be in, and I was broken down to the fact where any little thing just made me cry. Like I was broken. And then and it's so sad because I'm only 21 years old at this point. And then I got with another guy who was 5 years older than me, and he tried to like mentally
Manipulate.
fuck
Well,
me,
yeah.
like mentally fuck me. Good thing that I'm not a girl that has daddy issues. Yes, my daddy died when I was 14. I was really young, but I was still a little strong from the things that he taught me. So it kind of got to me, but it didn't get to me. And then, like a dummy, I went back fucking with the guy that I talked to when I was 21. And he had 2 kids on me. Like, it was just a big thing for me. And then December 7th, 2019, that's 3 years ago. Yeah. 2019, that was the last
That's 2 years
day-
ago.
2 years
That's
ago.
two.
Actually,
okay.
it's a year and a
2018.
couple months
Yeah.
ago.
So
yeah.
2018. That was the last time that we actually laid down, and I just got up and I was just like, you know what? I deserve better. You know, I deserve better. I need to find out who Misha is.
Right. I
And
respect
stop,
that.
yeah,
I respect that.
I felt like the one thing that my dad dying when I was only 14 was that I don't have this male structure in my life like I used to have. And I was trying to fill a void with men, and I just let men treat me any type of
and
way.
that's
in a
what
way.
those kind of guys look
Yep.
for.
That's what they look for.
Yeah.
And you know that whole statistic on where if a woman doesn't have her father in her life, that she's gonna allow anything, go for anything. I'm the complete opposite because my dad, my biological father has passed now, but he passed in the middle of us just building our relationship. So when he passed, I was just starting to build my relationship with him because as I was a child, he wasn't in my life. You know, I was so used to having my mom, so
Yeah.
I was like, okay, my mom, she did for me her part plus, you know what I'm saying? So I missed my father, but I have a stepdad too, so I always had a father in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You had
so
a father figure.
I had a
Yeah,
father
you had a
figure,
father
you know what I'm saying? So when I became an adult, my dad, we started, you know, building a relationship, and he passed. That is the worst pain
Trauma.
and trauma.
Yes.
Like, and it's so crazy. People's like, well, he wasn't in your life when you were growing up, and he wasn't really there for you. It don't matter.
It don't matter.
I
He's
was starting
so-
to build a relationship with
yeah.
somebody that's a part of my existence.
See, and that's why I'm
Yes.
so paranoid about my relationship with my daughter.
Yeah.
Because I like that.
Yeah.
No, I will not have her growing up with daddy issues.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
have
I'm
daddy
the same way.
issues.
I want her.
but
I want me. I want
you
to
wanna
be
Yep.
Yeah.
the guy that like.
Yeah.
I should be the one that she
Yes.
compares guys to,
Yeah.
and that's
father,
yeah.
And
a
I
father
told my
is
daughter
a
that.
girl's first love. I don't care what y'all try to say.
Yeah.
A father is
Yeah.
a girl's first
I
love.
told my daughter that same thing. I said, listen, I called it training day for it a couple of days ago, and we was on live, and she was sitting there talking about her.
Yes, I know. I love your daughter. I
Thank you.
love
Your
her.
daughter is
I love her.
So she was going through this little issue with this little boy, right? And I
I've had
was
a few.
like,
Yeah, my daughter's 13. I've had a few of those.
yeah, so she's 15. This is so I'm.
Yeah,
I'm-
I know it gets worse. Don't tell me that.
So I'm laughing. Now when she's on live, I'm laughing, but I'm really listening to her. And she know I don't short my daughter. And what I mean by that is I'm gonna shoot it to you straight.
Yep.
So we on live. I'm listening. So I told her, I said, well, I'll get you tomorrow. And I said tomorrow will be a day that I really want to hold a conversation with you, because she sees me. She's like, Dad, you married, this, that, and third, blah, blah, blah. So the day after, I took her around, I want to say 3 of my closest confidants. You know what I mean? I wanted to expose her. So I let them tell the story. So as we're driving, I really had to tell her, I said, listen, you may know your dad as one thing, but I'm a fucking apex predator. So I can tell you what the fuck to look for and what to avoid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I said, so I should always be your guiding light on this. I will never let you fail, because the moment that I don't teach you these things, I did a disservice to not only you, but to myself. And I take that wholeheartedly. And her being, and she laughed when she said, she was like, my daddy be like, ain't no crying. No, I really tell her that shit. Ain't no crying, because it's no need to cry over spilt milk. You don't get, there should never be anything outside of what you do that personally makes you get emotional enough to where you're so fucking distraught behind something. No person should ever do that.
So that's what I've told my daughter. The best
Well,
advice
it's
I
okay.
ever got from a mentor of mine was anything truly worth getting stressed out over is probably beyond your control anyway.
Yes.
Like I got cancer. You can't control
You can't
that.
control
Can't
that.
control it.
Anything you
What do you
control.
do?
Keep living.
Oh,
Right.
this person said that. Who gives
a
shit?
fuck?
Right.
And I tell
living.
my daughter that, and she looks at me and she's like, because she was telling me, my daddy won't let me cry. No, I won't let you cry, because.
But how do you handle, and like this is like the difference between our generation and their generation. This is what kills me, is dude, we didn't have the 24/7 cycle.
Yep.
Us, it was, you know what, dude, F you.
Yep.
I'm gonna kick your ass by the bike racks after school.
Yep.
And we're gonna get that shit out of our system, and then you know what? Tomorrow morning we're shooting hoops again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And life's
It's
good.
over and done with. We
Yeah.
forgot
It's
about
over.
it.
And I feel
Now
like it needs to go back that
it's
way.
I'm gonna kick your ass by the bike racks.
I'm a post.
And there's 37 people with their cameras out, with their phones out, recording shit, and it's on Snapchat, it's on Insta, it's on this, it's on that, and people are talking to you on Facebook and this, that, and the other thing. Like that's where I struggle with her, is like trying to balance, because she's 13. I've just started letting her have
The social
apps, and I've just started letting her do that, and I'm like,
So
and I.
You did when I did it. Even though I got boys, I waited to 13, 14 for you to be able to have that shit.
Yep.
And I had to explain prior to it. You couldn't have Facebook. You could have Snapchat and Instagram.
So, but
But you couldn't have Facebook.
But here's the other part I told her. I'm like, here's the deal. Like, you need to understand, I'm a nerd. Everything you do is going to be
too.
logged through the routers.
yeah.
I have access to
everything.
Everything.
Yep.
So let's be
Yep.
clear.
Oh, you check phones.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Night,
Oh,
well,
no,
yeah.
no,
That's true.
I don't
I
need to
don't
check
even-
phones.
I hear
Everything you do comes straight to me. Yes.
I don't need to check phones.
I still do that.
So in that sense, the
I like
conversation
that.
that I have with my daughter is I try and tell her, I try and explain to her, look, represent yourself how you think you should be represented. If you view yourself like this,
Then be
then
that
this
way.
is what you're
You
gonna
need to
be.
Mhm.
If you view yourself like this, then you're gonna act that way. But
And
I
that's
said,
what you're going to attract.
and
as
that's
well.
what you're gonna attract. But then I also tell her the same thing that I came up on. when you leave out this house or whatever, now you have to change it. Whatever you post is a reflection of me as your father. You get what I'm
We
saying?
need to
Whenever-
get back to that.
So whatever, it's not, remember for us, it was how you go outside and how you're dressed. You're a reflection of your parent.
Your Siri wasn't going.
Oh.
I didn't know if it was texting somebody
no.
or not.
I
ain't got time.
It's a reflection of your parent, how you dress, how you look, whether your face was washed or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
But now,
Everything about you.
everything that you post not only reflects you, it reflects me.
Yep.
So
am
I hold myself a
grown,
certain way.
and I still be like, okay, am I gonna post? Because I have people, family. I'm friends with my brothers. I'm friends with my mom. So it's like I feel bad from posting like a tasteful, but not. It don't be explicit. Like if I'm at the beach, I be feeling some type of way because I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like that too
You know?
because I follow
And
my
I'm like,
Sorry,
really-
I'm just gonna go ahead and follow you.
yeah, I don't even. But no, like listen, I be like, I have some pictures that be so good, but I'm like, damn, well my, you know,
Hold on, let me-
I'm like
how
that
did-
too because I follow my
Kiana.
I follow my aunties and stuff.
Kiana.
Yeah, I don't even like reposting certain stuff. Like it can be something I can be feeling like something
Yeah.
about a guy or something like that. But I'm like, I follow my aunties. I don't think I should
I
be
like that all
posting
the
this
time. I feel
stuff.
like my
See, and
social
honestly,
media
like,
ain't
and this is where I
mine.
got to it. Like, so here's what I learned. Like, family is who you're stuck with.
Yeah.
Like, you're born into that shit. You can't, and it's okay to it's okay to break family. Like, there are uncles I don't talk to. There's
cousins.
there's people I don't talk to.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah, definitely.
Your friends are your family that you choose.
That's why you
And
gotta choose them wisely.
that's what
Yeah.
matters more than anything else.
Absolutely. Yeah, because you're born into your family, so
That
you
is
have no
true.
pickings on
Yep.
that. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, I missed something.
No.
Y'all
But
wasn't
just,
really
to, just to go back to what I was talking about with my dad and losing somebody, when people say that time heals all wounds, I feel like that is the most bullshit.
No,
I feel like it's
it doesn't.
It just
It doesn't.
time teaches you a way to deal.
Both my
with
parents were dead by the
your
time I
loss.
was 22.
And you probably still you probably learned how to deal with it.
I
but
am
you're probably
angry.
still-
It's
I am
you're
angry
over it.
as shit.
Rest
Yes.
in peace. Rest
That
in
my
peace.
Rest in
mom,
peace.
my dad is my dad, but I'm angry as shit that my mom has not seen what I made of myself.
Of
Yeah.
coury, exactly.
Like that-
Yes.
I say
That
the same
pisses
thing.
me
I say
off.
the same
Yes,
thing.
I feel like that's the
Yeah.
biggest crock of shit ever.
Yep.
Because my dad died when I was 14, and I took it on the chin, and I just kept going.
Yep.
It took to when I was 23 years old to have a mental breakdown, and I went to my dad's grave in the middle of the fucking winter and broke down at his
Yep.
grave because I miss my dad.
And that's okay.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
And that's
Like,
okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
and then I think about things like, damn, when I get married, like, who
gonna
gonna
walk?
give me away? Yeah, I have two brothers, but that's my dad's job.
Yep.
It's certain things like I remember when I was a little girl, my dad gave me my own little personal screwdriver. I'm walking around doing shit behind him, you know? Like you miss those things.
Yep.
You do.
So yeah, time gives you a way to cope, but you will never heal.
No, you would never
You never
heal.
heal, so
I can tell
that's-
you
yeah.
that. My mother was 2007. She passed. My father passed when I was 2.
Rest in peace.
You get what I'm
sorry to hear
saying?
that.
So you just learn how to cope. And then it wasn't until I'm gonna be very honest with y'all, very transparent. It wasn't until last year my mother-in-law passed. I want to say 2019, and then my niece was murdered the same month.
Rest in
I mean,
peace.
not the same month, but it went from my auntie, my niece, my mother-in-law, my cousin, all in a 4-month span, right? So last year, being in COVID 20, I was sitting there in the house, and I really was sitting there, and I was talking to my wife. I was like, yo, I fucking really need therapy. Because I was having outbursts, and the trauma from the outbursts weren't just from the recent deaths.
I
It
can
was
talk therapy.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
therapy is needed. But it wasn't from the recent passings.
It's from your past.
It was from the past, and it was from everything. And then
Everything that makes you who you are, with what
And
you've been through.
as you said with your father passing, the coping, right? When my mother passed, I cried. Yeah, I cried and I broke down, but I didn't. I moved forward. I think
Yeah.
I was back at work the following week.
Yeah, because I feel like that's what life puts on you. You
It
have no
tells you.
choice
It-
but
you-
to move forward.
right.
You can't dwell. Because when I'm like, damn, I was 14. It feel like 14 was around the corner.
Around the
I'm 29
Yep.
now, you know? So,
it-
yeah, I understand.
you're really just coping and you're really just floating, and then you don't deal with those issues. And this would be something that we'll talk about later, but you don't really deal with those issues. You mask them, right?
Yeah.
And in the midst of masking those issues, you suppress it. But you can only put so much ice in this cup before this fucking cup overflows. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I really have to do therapy because, and I'm gonna be all the way honest, like with my mother, like me and my father always had like a rocky relationship. It's just always been like my father went through the old school way where it's like your father was hard on you, was an asshole, and just
teaching you how to be a man. I'm gonna teach you how to be a man.
So it's like with me, my dad and my mom not being together, it was difficult. And when my mom went through her drug addiction, like when that shit happened and I really was with my pops, it was like my mom was no longer there, and she still to this day haven't been the same. And it was like fucking 20 plus years. I didn't even see my mom or speak to my mom, and ever since then, it's like we got in contact probably about 3 years ago, and you know stuff was straight, but going through everything she went through, it still just haven't been the same, man. And I was strong enough because of therapy and friends and people to just realize, like, what my mother going through ain't your problem.
It's
you
not
can't
your problem.
do shit about
you
that.
can't.
But you know what? And I experienced, like, I'm a protector, and I've always been that because, like, I'm the eldest of my siblings, so I always feel like it's my duty to check on them, not burden them with whatever issues I'm going through, but make sure that I'm there to check in with them and see how they're mental, how they doing. I never put, like, my problems on them because I always want to make sure that they're good. And I'm even like that with my mother, but then sometimes I'm like, damn, who's checking on me?
And
you know what I'm saying?
You a great leader without me knowing you a great leader.
Yeah.
I could just see that just
and it's
out
like
of
I'm always in,
unconditional
like I
love.
gotta make sure I call my mom, I call my sister, I call my brothers.
Honesty moment. I feel like that's the Patron getting to me. I love you. I love all y'all.
Love
But
you too.
I am glad that Ace put me in this situation because now I'm in a situation with a 37-year-old woman who, like.
Baby.
I promise y'all. She might, what she said about being a cool
I don't
is
believe
me.
she's 37.
I am
Shit.
born I was born in 1984. I am
She will show you her ID.
What she said she's the meanest, coolest person you'll ever met is really real. But as a 29-year-old woman, I feel myself like in her presence, like, damn, let me sit up a little bit straight. Like, let me check myself. Like, that's when I feel like her confidence is
But
rubbing
honestly,
off
what
on
did
me.
I tell you about her?
That's who she is. Who she
I've
is.
been
And
through hell and back on a steamboat, literally.
I can believe
and I always
it.
tell people, like, I've always been a leader, even as a kid. Like my mom didn't have another child until I was almost 14 years old. So I was always able to just get lost in myself.
Yeah,
so
because
I can stand alone.
So
Yes, and then when my mom got married to my stepdad, then my brother, which he's not my stepbrother, it's my brother. I've been around him since he was one. That's my brother.
Yeah.
So I learned how to have this sibling, and then my mom had my brother, and then my sister came. So it's like these are my siblings. Those I love them so much, and I just try to make sure they're good.
Yeah.
And then when you become an adult, you kind of reverse the roles with your parents. So you kind of care for them as if they're the child. You worry about them.
True.
And I can't help it. And I'm like, sometimes I feel myself just checking on people. And I'm like, damn, who's checking on you?
Yeah, that
Check
is
on your
actually
real
real.
friends though. That
You
is
need to,
something
yeah.
seriously.
Yeah,
You
'cause
really
they
have
be
to check
hurting.
on your strong
strong
friends.
friends.
Check on your
Yes,
strong
the
friends.
ones
Dude,
that
the-
never have
It is-
nothing bad to say, those are the ones you
Yeah.
should check on the
And
most.
It is
I-
because
always
they're
the
going
people
through
that appear to be the strongest,
That's
Because we
going through
ain't
the
always
funniest,
strong.
Yes.
I
the
am here
best,
to tell
Yes.
you.
that are
And
usually the
to-
most
yes.
damaged inside.
And
Yeah,
to link
we-
into that, give people their flowers while they are here.
Exactly.
And that's why I teach my sons not to tell people. Like, people at work could tell me, like, man, why you always got to say this or say that? Or why you always got to speak up or say this or got to do this? I'm like, because if I don't vent this shit or say it, I'm going to
It'll
revert
weigh on
to
you.
middle
Yep.
school,
Yeah.
elementary me where I would just punch you in your fucking face.
Yeah, as
So
you should.
when you learn, when you get older, you can't keep fighting. You have to use your words and talk to somebody and vent and be able to hold a conversation. Now, I'm old enough to say, hey, man, I ain't like that shit you did. Why you do that?
So have you listened to your episodes once they go out yet?
I listen to one.
Okay. So you heard the intro, the Podcast Detroit intro.
No.
Okay. So there's an intro, there's a bumper that goes out on all our shows.
Okay.
And it's a guy who was hands down, at face value, one of the funniest, strongest, most positive individuals I ever met in my life. And like joined us for a few shows. Like we launched a new show with him, and like it was the phenomenal. It was great. And then one random Sunday, the co-host for the other show he did showed up and was like, "Hey, I haven't heard from Mark in like 4 or 5 days. Have you?" No. Went on Facebook. Shit. Mark hasn't posted in 4 or 5 days. Dude, shot his brother a note because I knew his brother. I'm like, "Hey, check. You know Mark's okay?" That's when his brother found him because he committed suicide.
Damn.
And he was one of the. And that's what I'm saying. He was always
He was
positive.
one of the funniest, strongest, most positive. Like
you never know what you
never in
go
a
through.
million
That's just
years
like-
would I have thought that was a thing.
Because we
Yeah,
mask
that's
it and
just-
hold it.
We
Yeah,
mask it
that's
and hold
just
it.
like, well, I don't know Robin Williams as personally.
Yeah,
but he
that
was
fucked
just,
me up.
You
That
see,
fucked-
like the
that
type of
one
person
fucked-
he
yeah,
was,
that one fucked me
and
up.
then to realize like he suffered from bipolar.
Yep.
You know, like. I love his work. Like
Yep. Yep.
he's somebody that inspires me to get better in improv. But like, wow.
So I love saying I was on stage with him once, and by that I mean I was on stage like 2 hours before he was. But he was such a huge personality. Like, and on somewhat like and on that level, who I aspire to be, because he commanded a room.
Yeah.
And when he was in the room, I don't care if Biden, whoever was in the room, all eyes were on him. That's a presence.
Yeah, I want to be like that, and especially like if it's in a good way.
Yeah,
That's
Yes.
the impact.
You don't
want
to be,
have on the world.
shit, Trump's here.
Yeah, that's the impact. Yeah, that's the impact.
That's
I want to
when
have
they
on the
say
world.
make lemons, make lemonade, do that. You gotta
Yes.
just, my thing is, and I'm a strong person. I know most of us are strong people in here, and we the leaders of our family and our friends. So I know we all relate to that. And like I tell them, like, man, look, I have to speak my piece. I have
As
to
you
talk to you
should.
about certain stuff. When I go to the barbershop, Nigel will tell you, I'm venting. And some of them guys be looking at me like, what the fuck? But they be like, I know what he's saying. He right.
there
I
was a-
don't do that.
There was a great story, and I wish I would have copied the link. A great story that was just hitting social media yesterday, like because I've seen it multiple times over the past few days. Where the sad reality, and it's true and it's accurate. White people, by and large, do not understand and can't relate to the concept of real talk,
Yeah.
because by default we are usually taught to just hide
Hide
shit,
shit,
and bury shit.
Yeah.
It's like, and that's part of the issue. Is like when you, all right, hey, real talk. Most people shut down.
Yep.
Like that's
No,
just how that
'cause
goes.
you don't want to hold that real conversation.
Yeah.
You
Right.
shy away from it.
That's
and
something
that's
people
the
don't
bi-
wanna talk
not
about.
not saying you per se. I'm saying
No,
and then
I totally understood,
But then
yeah.
it's also it's a lot of people in general that will shy away from.
I'm probably like, girl, I'm sorry.
Best video ever.
Hey, but listen,
Welcome to the Wow, That's
That's
Crazy
Crazy.
Patreon
Thank you
account.
so much for tuning in to the Wild is Crazy.
Wow, that's crazy. We gonna end it on that
yes,
And
on
we
the
gonna see you
leaving note,
guys
I would
next
just want to
week.
say, people, please give people their flowers while they are here.
Please.
And check
So-
on your strong friends.
Check on your strong
and
friends.
I
family
appreciate
members.
all you guys.
I
man.
appreciate
I
everybody.
appreciate you.
Have a
Good.
good
Hey, look,
week,
I got nothing but
guys.
love for you guys.
Positivity, good energy, good vibes.
Let's go get drunk.
Please.
Yes.
On that note, see
See
y'all
y'all
later.
next week.
Peace,
Yay.
peace.
Boop, boop, boop,
Peace.
boop.
Okay. Yeah.